Welcome back. It is 9:20 right here in the heart of the Riverbend on this 12th day of April. Coming up this week in the Robert Logan Doubles Invitational. 3 locations. Man, this is a big tournament, Jesse.
It's a pretty big tournament. We had 8 teams for a long time, and you get a chance to pull in some good teams. You know, you got to do it. So Lewis and Clark's been great. You know, it's a really generous college. They let us use their facilities. People love it. You get people coming in from all over, and they can't believe that a community college has that nice a tennis court. So
really true, though. Lewis and Clark has some of the best facilities around for any level. It's great. And then congratulations on Parker taking the next level, too. Wanted to congratulate you also.
Thank you very much. He's excited to go there. Like I said, it's a great school academically. You know, it's great teachers, great staff. So he's looking forward to it. And like I said, for our tennis team, for years, they've always just, you know, hey, you're hosting a tournament, come on out. Jim Hunstein's their coach. He came out last year and watched some of our girls' tournament. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a good deal for everybody. When the kids see the facilities, it's as nice as some D1 tennis facilities. We tell the kids, you know, they do really well. They go to nationals a lot. Kids from all over get a chance to see it. And, you know, hopefully some kids will end up playing there. But it's a big tournament this weekend, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when did you guys start this tournament? Because I thought it was going on maybe a couple of years ago. Was this a returning event?
Yeah, we've probably been doing it for about 12 years now. It used to be called the Riverbend, and then we just called it the Alton Doubles Tournament.
Right.
And then we named it the Logan, of course, a couple of years after Robert Logan passed away, to honor him. So it's been going on for about 12 years. It keeps getting bigger and better. And like I said, we have a quality field. It's hard to say who's going to win, but we have some really strong teams coming in this year. So
well, what I like too, Jesse, is it's around the entire area. You know, it's not just, you know, the Southwestern Conference. You know, this is from multiple schools across multiple areas of the state and beyond. I mean, that's got to be really cool.
It really is. We we're pulled in Rockton, Hononegah this year from the Quad Cities, but Chatham, Glenwood comes down, to Teutopolis, Effingham, St. Anthony, Jefferson City, Helias, DeSmet. So we have 5 Missouri schools and 7 Illinois. But it's teams that we don't normally see. Like, we love our conference, love our area, but it's nice to see teams from the outside also.
Well, I'm sure it helps you guys get better for that, you know, end part of the season. But I'm serious. The Wooden Shoes, my favorite school name of all time. Well, I don't know who came up with that, but God bless them. So with that being said, you know, you had the chance to coach with Robert and really got to, you know, experience, you know, just the type of person he is. What did he mean for Alton tennis and in youth sports in general for the area?
Yeah, well, he was my assistant coach for a couple of years, and you know, he just really connected well with kids. Like CJ, I feel like you remember him from being yeah. He worked at Alton High, and he had various roles, and the kids all there really liked him because, again, he was down to earth. He was a likable guy, but he really connected. And you got to know the kids in the school. With a tennis team, you know, you're with those kids 6 months, 9 months out of the year. He just had a great relationship with them. And so for me, it was nice having that one person around that he could push him, like on the tennis course. He was a great player, but also just someone, you know, the kids trusted him. They loved him. So he did a lot for the school and the tennis community. And, you know, he was an awesome guy.
Yeah, without a doubt. And another thing I think is something I always thought about is, you know, seeing him at Alton High, especially that, you know, 2015, 2006, when I was a freshman, I didn't realize that, you know, this is somebody that's, you know, in the battle, you know, a tough battle, and never once let any of us know how he is feeling. And I think that's something we all can take away, you know, and put in our pocket for each day.
Yeah. He showed up every day. He'd have, you know, chemo or whatever it was that he was going through, and you wouldn't know it. I mean, he was a dedicated guy. He wanted to be there, but yeah, I don't know if you'd say he hit it well, but you know, he was a tough guy. Yeah. He showed up to work and do his job, and he was going through a lot, and he didn't really tell people about it.
No, and another thing too that I think is so great about the tennis program is you have, you know, players that you coached, you know, 6-7 years ago that are, you know, still keeping up to date with you and you know, staying in, you know, conversation. How does it feel knowing that, you know, everything you're doing is connecting and, you know, leaving an impression on somebody for years to come too?
Yeah, it's a good feeling. You know, I love to see our kids graduate and move on and do big things. And a lot of them do come back, and might just come back and say hi, or they'll come back and they'll hit around. But I do stay in contact with a lot of our former players. I've got 2 former players who are on my staff now. Christian Freeman graduated.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember him?
Yep, great guy.
He graduated 2015. Alex Raymond was an assistant coach also. Guys like Adam Ruckman, that class, I guess, was just really strong. He's come back giving lessons to a lot of our kids. But, you love, like I said, they move on, and sometimes it's a little bit hard, but you're happy for them. But we always find a way to stay connected with them, and I really like it. And my daughter Hannah's been our assistant coach for the last year or two.
Yeah.
Now, how's that been coaching with the dad-daughter duo? Is that like almost like running a family business, at times?
Last year it was a little too much of a family business. My wife was the assistant, and Hannah's in nursing school, so she was the volunteer. So, the kids got a lot of the Macias family, and hopefully they enjoyed it. She's not coming back because she got a new job.
Over at Evangelical, too.
That's right. That's right.
Great job.
And Hannah might still volunteer, but we'll see. The kids love her. The kids love her. She can beat them all, so that's nice. But they just have a lot of fun out there.
That's so cool, and really cool to see. Really the family stepping up and really just creating that atmosphere, because Macias' name is really synonymous with tennis and so many other sports too. It's really great. Now, when you started this, Jesse, when you started the tournament, how many teams did you have?
We probably had at least 8, but there have been years with COVID where we were down to 6, or years where it falls on an Easter and it's down to 6. So we always had 6 to 8. And again, this is the first year with 12 for the boys, and I think it's going to go well.
Well, and too, I mean, it's kind of interesting because whenever you're a coach, you're used to the certain organization of the team, but to organize a tournament's a little bit different. How is that? Has it been learning as you go with stuff like this?
Absolutely. It's a little bit stressful because, one, you have to make the draws, and you have to make sure they're fair to everybody. You have to make them when you're running 3 sites. Christian Freeman's running one. James Humphrey's running one, but they have to be able to read it and know how the tournament's going to work. So it takes a lot of organization, to get it started. But once play begins, it kind of runs itself. So it's a lot. I've had help from other coaches that have run tournaments, and they've shown me how to do it. Without those guys, it wouldn't go nearly as well. But I've done it long enough that I think it's it runs pretty smooth. The coaches seem to enjoy it, and they want to come back. So, but it's a lot. It's a lot of work to set it up.
Well, and on top of that too, I know that so many folks around the community love going and watching prep sports, whether it's at West, whether it's at any facility. Is the public welcome to come out and support the student athletes?
The public is more than welcome to come out. We start at 9 o'clock at all 3 sites. Finals hopefully be about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock at all 3 sites. But we get a lot of people that like tennis that'll come out and watch. And like I said, you'll see some really strong players. A lot of kids that went to state last year. A lot of kids that have high UTR. So it's a very competitive tournament. If you love doubles, it's the tournament for you.
Well, that's a fun tournament to watch too, even on TV or anywhere you go. And I got to tell you, Jesse, I didn't realize how fit tennis players had to be. I thought in soccer, here comes, some of the tennis guys, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a piece of cake. I was so blown up. And I mean, you better be ready to work on that tennis court.
Well, Saturday is a great example. We're going to start playing at 9, and if you do well, you could play 4 matches. So you might be on the court for, 6 hours, 8 hours. Yeah. It's a long day, and at the end of the day, whoever the most fit, they're probably going to have the best chance to do well.
So with that being said, if a team's on one court this week, and let's say we're coming to watch Alton play, or we're going to watch one of the area teams play, are they going to be moving facilities throughout the day? Are they there for that? That's even better.
Yeah. No. Well, they have duals tournaments where as a team you might travel. Ours is flighted. So our 1 and 2 doubles team will be playing at Lewis and Clark all day. So their parents can come out there, set up camp. 3 singles is at Alton High, and 4 is at Gordon Moore. But yeah, wherever your kid is, you'll go and watch. Sometimes we move all the finals to one site, and that kind of makes it fun. It depends on how time runs. Mm-hmm. But whatever flight you're in, you'll be there all day.
Absolutely. And speaking of tennis in general, how's the season going?
Well, we're 3-5, but this is the best team we've had in quite a while.
Really cool.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like not a great record. But we've lost some close matches.
Yeah.
We play a really tough schedule. I'm happy. We have strong core kids who hit year round. Parker Mayhew, James McKeever, Luke Boyd, Victor Humphrey. They're really into it. I mean, the matches we lost, we've competed in. So it's gone well. Our record isn't as great as it could be, but it's not all about the record.
Well, you and I both know that records really, they don't mean anything until you get to playoffs anyway, because it seems like the teams that are, undefeated or lost one game, well, they're the first ones to normally bow out most of the time. So with that being said, you've been, coaching tennis for quite a long time and been at the school district. How has the involvement and engagement of youth sports and supporting the, student athletes, kind of evolved since your, start of your tenure?
Well, one thing that's kind of changed it is when COVID hit, it was kind of hard to get some kids to come back out. I know some teams kind of struggled. I think Alton High does a good job of bringing in good coaches. We've got a good middle school program. They offer a lot. Added boys volleyball a couple of years ago. So I think that, its engagement is going up. But COVID really did impact sports more than people probably thought it would. You assume kids love a sport and they're coming back, and some kids just didn't. But, we're a few years removed from that. So I think it'll keep going up. But Alton High, we have great student athletes. You get them out there on the courts, they can do well.
Yeah.
I think Alton engages them well.
Well, and too, it's just, once you get out of that rhythm of going to training and getting that season going, it's once the train stops, it's hard to get it moving again. And, with that being said, are you going to – I wanted to give you credit, too. I think you're one of the first coaches that had your own Facebook page for the team. I really do, because that was started 6-7 years ago at least.
Yeah.
And and I wanted to ask you, because you really stay up to date with the public on what the programs are doing. You're highlighting your players, your athletes. And are you guys planning on doing any spring, summer tournaments that we can keep our eye out for younger players out there?
Absolutely. We have a middle school tennis camp that we actually just made the flyer for, and it starts the 24th and 26th. It'll run 3 weeks in April and May.
I did not know that. That was just a shot in the dark. See, sometimes you win. It's time to go play the slot machines today.
That's right.
So when is that?
It starts April 24th and 26th. It runs Mondays and Wednesdays in the evening, 5:30 to 7. And we did a small one in the fall, and it was fun, so hopefully those kids will come back, but we'd like to grow that one too. And then the summer, we always have the Riverbend Open. It's our biggest tournament. There's, 18 and under division, 16 and under adult. But we have a really big parent-child doubles division that's fantastic. We get really good players for it. We get college players that will come in and play. So we do it during the week in the summertime. We don't have a date yet.
Right.
But it's a couple of great days of tennis.
Well, it's a huge deal, and it's cool to see, like you said, especially the parents, the parent-child, duos too, to see see who's been training with who, So, what's the best way for that middle school program starting in a couple weeks to reach out to you?
Well, we're going to send a flyer out to all the schools in the area this week, but we'll post it on our Facebook page also if people want to find it.
Absolutely, and let's circle back real quick to the Robert Logan Doubles Invitational scheduled for this weekend. 3 great venues for tennis. Starts at 9. And what's kind of just the overview that you're going to leave us with, to the area supporters, to the tennis players, to the tennis parents out there about this tournament this weekend?
Well, again, it's some of the stronger teams that we'll bring into the area. O'Fallon is really good. I think Chatham Glenwood's really good. I think Desmet's really good. But we're going to compete also. I mean, like I said, you're going to see great tennis, but you're going to see great sportsmanship also. You're going to see some kids who love the game and, fans who are passionate about it and coaches who are passionate about it. And all 3 sides are going to have terrific play. So
absolutely. One last question. If Hannah and Jesse were in a tennis match right now, who'd win?
I'll let Hannah answer.
Oh, Hannah, what are we thinking?
I think I would win.
Good call. Good answer. Good answer.
It would be close, but...
She's more consistent than me. So.
There you go. I am too. I just quit playing golf, Jesse. I was playing golf, doing all these practice swings. I figured my first shot's the best one I ever have. Might not be the best out there, but that's what we're going with.
If you're having fun.
Yeah, that's right. You will have a lot of fun checking out the Robert Logan Doubles Invitational this weekend. 3 great facilities with a great program. Guys, keep up the great work, and we'll be in touch ahead of that Riverbend Open.
Sounds good.
9:33 on this 12th day of April. It's a Wednesday in the heart of the Riverbend. We'll come back, wrap up the 9 o'clock after this.